everybody, my name's Nay, and welcome to my very first episode of Nay's Cakes and Bakes. I initially started baking as just another hobby, something for me to dab into maybe once in a while, but I've grown to love baking when I see the smiles on people's face when they taste my new cake work, my new creation. And that's why I decided to go on this journey of self-discovery through baking. One of my earliest memories of me baking comes from me going through this program called New Dominion School. While I was there, I took up a position as an assistant cook. There, she taught me a lot of different recipes, a lot of different tricks and trades in the kitchen, and I believe that's one of the earliest memories of why I fell in love with baking. Today, we will be making what I call the Oreo Overload Cake. Some items you will need to accomplish this cake includes a food processor, or if you don't have one of these, you can take a baggie and put the cookies in and crunch it yourself. With that, you will be needing cookies. I used 2 rolls, some melted butter, half a stick, your favorite vanilla or white cake mix. You will be needing eggs. Now, not quite this many, but for my recipe, I like using 4 eggs. Some heavy whipping cream of your choice, some milk, and a buttered dish. The first step in making this cake is making your bottom crust layer. For that, you will need your cookie toppings, your food processor, and your melted butter. I'm gonna get this out of the way. You're gonna take your food processor, load it up with some cookies. Again, I like to do about 2 rolls, but this is a small cup, so fill it up as much as I can. From there, I will add just a touch of butter. Let's make sure this is closed nice and tight. And begin to process. Like to give that a nice shake. And there you have it. And you will want to do this as much as you have to in order to cover the full bottom of the pan. All right. Let's add some more. All right, let's take our pan. And scrape some of this out. And for this, you want to get a nice good layer, so I will make more toppings at the bottom. This for later as well. Minus the butter, and there's the bottom layer. Nice little Oreo crumble bottom. It cooks really well. The next step is to prepare your cake. Now for this, I use my favorite white or vanilla flavored cake, and I am going to take not 3 eggs, but 4 eggs and crack them into this cake. And 4. And your next step is going to be take your milk And your heavy whipping cream, you're going to need about a cup. Now, on the original instructions, you might get water. I don't think that really adds anything to the cake for me. So what I like to do is to take a measuring cup, and I like to fill it almost all the way to the top with milk. From there, I take the heavy whipping cream, and top that off. Add that to your cake. Let's put these back on. Knock them over. Next, you're going to want to take about a stick of butter. I like to use this instead of vegetable oil. I think the unsalted sweet cream butter is one of the best ones to use. And just add that on in. And from there, you're going to whisk it all together. But first, I'm going to wash my hands. Just a little. I am a frequent hand washer. Keeps cross-contamination down, keeps very clean, very safe. And let the whisking begin. Now you're going to want to whisk it until it's nice and smooth and all the ingredients are well incorporated into one another. I am still on the original elbow grease with the whisking, but if you have your own electric whisker, it's good to use that too. All right, just make sure we get everything nice and mixed. See how it's nice and smooth, removing lumps, and everything's well mixed. Right. And that is your next step in making this cake. Third step in making this cake is to take more Oreos and crush them up in your food processor or your rolling pin and your Ziploc bag, whichever one is most handy to you right now. And for this step, you don't need a lot of them, just enough of them to incorporate it throughout the cake nice and evenly. So maybe about 6, 7. I'm just going in there anyway. And you don't need butter for this step. The reason I don't like to use butter for this step is because I don't want it to melt the Oreos too much in the cake. Like for the bottom of the pan is good because I like it a little soggy, a little doughy, so it helps soak up some of the cake nice and evenly. But in the cake itself, I don't really feel like it's necessary. And here we're going to dump these in. Nice little even layer. Give it a couple of taps. All right, just going to give that a nice whisk till it's all nice and mixed in. Get everything you can. And from here, you're going to pour it into your Oreo bottom cake dish. And while you're doing all of this, be sure to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. You're going to want to bake this cake for about 30 to 45 minutes or until you can insert a knife or a toothpick in it and it comes out clean. No melty cake batter centers. All right, give everything a great scrape. Get your money's worth. All right, and you want to go and spread this evenly across the entire bottom. All right. And when your oven is ready, you're going to want to pop this in the oven again and bake it for 30 to 45 minutes or until you can insert a toothpick into the center with no mess on the other side. Now, if you've been watching and wondering where I've got this lovely top from, well, guess what? I made it myself thanks to Nay's Crafts and Creation, where I make homemade, handmade goods for any occasion to include tops, skirts, bags, and more. There's no mountain too high for me to climb. If you can think it, I can create it. Check me out sometimes. Oh, what do you know? I think the cake's ready. Let's go check on that real quick. Oh, it's great. And there you have it. The cake is nice and ready and is ready to be frosted. And here we are at the last step of making this cake, the frosting. You're going to want to take your favorite vanilla frosting and some more Oreos. And that's why it's called the Oreo Overload Cake. I bake Oreo into every ounce of this cake where I can fit it. So we're going to go ahead. Ooh, if I can get this undone. Chop up some more Oreos and fold that into our frosting. I say about 2, 4, maybe about 6. We'll go 6. And here we go. Give them this tap. And shake that on in. Going to give this frosting a nice mix. And spread it across the cake. In a nice even layer, as even as you can get it with the Oreos incorporated. Ooh, a big chunk right there. Sweet. All right. And there you have it. Maybe get 2 cans of your favorite frosting. All right, everybody. And here we have it, the Oreo Overload Cake. Thank you for joining me with this cake today. I believe it came out real delicious.